Hello and welcome to all my Flosstube neighbors. I'm Chris and this is XrossStitch, and today is Wednesday, December the 20th, 2023, and this is Flosstube number 68. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. If you are new to my channel, well, happy holidays and welcome. This is a channel about cross-stitching, although today there's not going to be much of that at all. Just so you know. It is a channel about cross-stitching. I hope that you like it. If this is the first video that you have seen of mine, I think you're going to enjoy it, but we do talk about cross-stitching, and I do show a lot of cross-stitching on my channel. It's just that today is a special, kind of a special situation. If you are a returning neighbor, you don't care if I don't show you a piece today. We've got lots of fun things to talk about today, and I've got lots of fun things to show you. But whether you are new or whether you are a returning neighbor, you are always most welcome here. And if you are new, I hope you do like it enough to subscribe to me and ring the bell and do all those good things. Since we last saw each other, it's only been a week. I promised you that I was going to come back again this week, and this is my last video of 2023, my last before the holiday break. I'll be back at the beginning of January for sure. But since the last video, we had our first big open house. And I got zero stitching done. Literally, it's the first time that I haven't stitched every day since I started the channel back up again. But as you might imagine, after my video of last Tuesday, everything about all my day, planning and cleaning and baking, and we had our open house on Saturday. So let me just, we didn't take many pictures. That's the unfortunate thing. I managed to remember to take a snapshot of the table right after the first people had arrived. But it was an overwhelming success, I have to say. Everyone that we invited came. I was so excited. We had about 28 people, and in 8 months time of living in a completely new place where, you know, we literally knew no one when we moved here. We were so pleased to have all those new friends around us and celebrating the season with us. Everybody seemed to have a great time. I thought it was going to be an open house where people would, you know, come and go, and there'd be a few people here and at one time and a few people. No, it was, they all arrived and they all stayed, and it was a Christmas party is what it was. It wasn't an open house. And we loved every single second of it. Friday, I was in the kitchen baking literally all day long. I made my grandmother's pound cake. I made a sticky toffee pudding cake. I made Southern Divinity candy, and it stood up, it held up. That was, I think, my proudest moment. My Granny was looking down on me, just tickled to death, because I'd never made it before, eaten it, you know, a ton of it, but I'd never made it, and it worked. Well, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I made orange Christmas balls, which are a little, it's just a little candy you use frozen orange concentrate, and it's got coconut and nuts, and you roll them in little balls, and then you roll it in nuts and powdered sugar. What else did I have a couple of my friends and family that are gluten-free. So I made a gluten-free gingerbread blondie that was really, really well received. Oh, and the Divinity is technically gluten-free. And then I had macaroons that I had ordered from a local bakery, which were delicious. And people brought cookies too, and some cookie bars and some cookies and some other little candies here and there. So there was plenty of food. And then I had a whole charcuterie board on the island in the kitchen. But anyway, just to catch you up on it, it was wonderful. It was really wonderful. We had a wonderful time. People stayed. Most of the people left, but then there was a smaller group that stayed even later than we had planned, and we talked, and it was just a wonderful time was had by all, and a new Christmas tradition was started. I've said on the little invitation that I sent to people, first annual, and I assure you there will be a second annual and a third annual and many years annual, because we had a great time, and it really helped us feel it just was a love. The present, our greatest gifts this season are the new friends that we have found. So yeah, it was great. And you will be, if you stick with me until next year, I'm sure you'll hear the anxiety ramping up to next year's party, because you have to do it a little bit bigger and a little bit better, right? So that's the recap of our open house. So we're going to do a big giveaway today. We are going to have some neighbor submissions at the end of the video, so stick around for that. I'm going to treat you to some bloopers that I have accrued over the course of the past several months with you since I've been filming again. Those are always fun. Not as many as I would normally have, because it's not been quite as long a time as I've been filming since I started back up, but there are a few humdingers. But now we're going to move on to, I've got some wonderful happy mail to show you, some Christmas cards from our viewers and some lovely gifts from some lovely people all the way from across the pond, from Germany, actually, our dear neighbor Michaela. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I promised you the downstairs Christmas tree, the den Christmas tree as we call it. I promised you the rest of the decorations, so here they are. So now we are in the den, and I do seasonal pillows and throws, obviously. That's what you are seeing now. And there we have the den Christmas tree. Upstairs became the traditional red, green, gold, and crystal, and I realized very quickly that these colorful cross-stitch ornaments didn't work on them. They were getting lost. So all of my cross-stitch ornaments found their way to the downstairs Christmas tree, which, as you can see, is full of color. There's one of my nutcracker ballerinas. I have several different nutcracker things on this tree. You saw the Welsh Santa. That is the Satsuma Street Snow Buddy right there. He looks so good. And again, this tree is so good for those ornaments because of all the pinks and the greens and the non-traditional Christmas colors. That's my Santa from 2021. I found that in an old magazine and stitched that up. Here we have Dear Santa from Satsuma Street again, but beside a vintage Christmas ball. Now there's one of my other nutcrackers. I have a series of 3 of these glittery guys, and they're wonderful. I also have 3 of these blown glass peacocks with the actual peacock feather. Those are high up on the tree, so Pumpkin doesn't get to them. This is Pumpkin's area down here. There's Owl Liver, a new gift from our neighbor, Christy P. Just got that this Christmas. And you may have seen one of these birds earlier. I have these beautiful beaded birds with the feather. The feathers on their tail aren't looking so good, but I kind of tuck them in. There's a Mill Hill sleigh. You saw me stitch that recently. And a pretty finial, the Kurt Adler finial up there at the top. I love this colorful garland. I found that at Michael's this season, and it's just perfect for this tree. There was another nutcracker, by the way. Candy Claus, another Satsuma Street that you saw me stitch earlier this year. Well, a month or so ago, I finished that one. And Partridge and Pear. I need to keep moving on those. I haven't even moved to 2 turtle doves yet. I don't even have that kit. I have 3 French hens, but not. There's my 3rd Nutcracker. And the Scottish Santa. He looks good on this tree. But again, that beautiful garland that I found at Michael's, it just, happy accident, had all of the colors that I've even collected in past years. Here we have a JBW Designs. That was a 2021 stitch that I did. Just a simple little reindeer. Oh, and this is a beautiful gift from one of our neighbors, Mary Ann J. Oh, well, here we go. Someone decided they wanted to get into the video. This is Pumpkin. If those of you who've never seen him, this is the king of the house right here, Mr. Pumpkin, helping me film. But back to this ornament. Beautiful blackwork piece stitched and gifted to me by Mary Ann J. Here we move up to another JBW Designs reindeer. Those are teeny tiny peppermint replica candies that I glued every one of those on those ornaments. This is another gift from a neighbor, a beautiful acrylic crystal hummingbird. I can't remember for the life of me who gave this to me, but that thing is so beautiful. I immediately put it with my Christmas ornaments, knowing that it would go on the tree. And as you see there, Pumpkin is inspecting the work. He's very good. He does not bother this tree. He knows better. He does like to sit on the presents, but he doesn't bother the tree. And there is the colorful tree. I just love it. I love all that wonderful, vivid color, and it's such a nice contrast to the tree that's upstairs. This is just another vignette on the side wall of the den. I found, again, this was from Michael's, this beautiful white stag with the holly or the pine cone and the pine. I like little vignettes throughout the house that coordinate with the particular decor of that. Now that is an ornament that should be hanging on the tree, but it looked so good with this votive holder and that mistletoe, that silk beaded mistletoe, that I just arranged it. And I have my little birdies. I don't know what these things are, if they're little chickens or what, but again, this is separate years. That tree is from years ago, but I found these 2 little creatures at Michael's, and it makes a perfect vignette. This is my North Pole Village set. I did not work on this year other than adding some trees to it. This is a work in progress. I had a few of these pieces long ago before I started touring with shows. We're talking like 30 some odd years ago. And they disappeared. I don't know what happened to the set that I was starting. So a few years ago, I repurchased every single one that I remember having. Only about 3 of them. And since that time, I've added 2. I did not add to it this year. I am going to do it. I want to collect all of the older ones. These spell out North Pole. The very first one spelled out North Pole. And I'm missing a few letters, so I definitely want to get to them. But I did add a lot of the bottle brush trees this year, and those little trees with the white on them, so pretty. I need more elves. I need, candy cane paths and skating ponds, and I just need to fill it out. But that's fun. It gives you something to look forward to over the course of the next several years. And this is one that I did in the daytime. I showed you in the daytime rather than at night. This does glow beautifully, but you miss so much when in the darkness. Happy Mail is always wonderful at this time of year because of course, we receive wonderful Christmas cards from our friends and our family and my neighbors. and I like sharing those with you. I am going to, because of all of the newness of the home and the decorating of the home and the party and what have you, I didn't send Christmas cards this year, not even to friends and family. This was going to be a no Christmas card year for me. But next year I'm going to get my act together and I'll have a XrossStitch Christmas card, and everyone will receive Christmas cards from me. But I want to share with you some of the ones that I have received, because I do love going to the mailbox at this time of year. Pam and Steph, always, as always. Don't you love Pam? I hope each and every one of you subscribes to Just Keep Stitching. I don't know that there's a Flosstube watcher out there who doesn't, because they're like the linchpin of the cross stitch on Flosstube community. But I always love receiving their card. Our dear neighbor Tim sent this beautiful Holy Night Christmas card. Our neighbor Robin B, a beautiful chickadee with the message peace on it, which we all need to remember nowadays. Again, another peace, love, and joy Christmas card this is from Ruthie D, longtime neighbor Ruthie D. Thank you, Ruthie. And this beautiful Christmas card from Lissa, our neighbor Lissa C, which is a Christmas tree. But look, it opens with, isn't that beautiful? I just love that. So thank you so much, Lissa. And I received a lovely package in the mail of charts to use for future giveaways. I'm so grateful always to receive these from you. This came with a beautiful Merry Christmas Christmas card with 2 bears. I love this one. It's so pretty and it sparkles. This is from Donna L, our neighbor Donna L. So Donna, thank you so much for that. I can't wait to use these as giveaways in future episodes. I also received a package from our dear neighbor and fellow Flosstuber, actually, Michaela. I mentioned Michaela before. I've featured her Flosstube channel before. You'll see that below. And she told me she was going to be sending me this package, and we both monitored its journey. It had a few holdups in its journey, but it finally arrived, and I picked it up this very morning, and I was so grateful. I'm always blown away by the thoughtfulness and the kindness, and to have her send this all the way from Germany, thank you so much, Michaela. There was a beautiful card inside with some of the explanations of the 2 beautiful items that she sent. The first is a Schwiebogen. It is a lit arch of, in some cases, candles. This particular one you're looking at isn't that beautiful. This one has little LED lights in it. Just gorgeous. It originally comes from the Ore Mountains in Germany. That's in a particular region of Germany. And you can look at these and see that in some cases you see the older ones that actually are the arch of candles. This one is lit with that beautiful cut, the background and the foreground, just stunningly gorgeous. And that's made out of a very light balsa wood. It was all in one piece, and it came all the way from Germany, and now it will be part of my permanent Christmas decorations going forward. So thank you so much for that, Michaela. And then a Hexenhaus, which literal translation is witch's house, but it's a gingerbread house. And she wrote in the card that this is built usually traditionally with the children as part of the holiday festivities. And this is everything in here. It's ready to go. You just have to put it together. So this is probably going to be my Christmas Eve project. And I just love it. They are both authentically German for the holiday, the Christmas season, and I'm just so grateful for it. So thank you, Michaela. I'm wishing you and yours a wonderful, wonderful holiday, and I appreciate this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I like to think that I come across as relatively polished, having had a career in the performing arts and having been in front of many an audience member and or camera. However, it's not always smooth sailing, as you will now see. Mostly I get tongue-tied, but occasionally things will fly through my head and they will come out of my mouth, and I'll realize those aren't necessarily the things that I need to put on camera. So enjoy these few bloopers from the past few months of my filming. I cannot say syphilitic rooster on Flosstube. And all of the giveaways today were provided by my dear friend and fellow Flosstuber Annie of The Proper Stitcher. Annie is The Proper Stitcher in her Flosstube channel. I'm sure many of you subscribe to The Proper Stitcher. Annie has recently, did you hear that pop? That pop was my toe. I occasionally will, you know how you sit and you like with your legs crossed and you'll pop your toe. Annie, I'm sorry. I interrupted the flow with me cracking my toe knuckle. Hello and welcome to all my Flosstube neighbors. I am Chris and this is XrossStitch, and today... Hello and welcome to all my Flosstube neighbors. I am Chris and this is XrossStitch, and today... Hello and welcome to all my Flosstube neighbors. I am Chris and this is XrossStitch, and today is Tuesday, September the 19th. All of a sudden I became Australian. Today is Tuesday. It's just calendar. Come on, Christopher, get it together. Moving on to the cross stitching, I have an FFO. No. Hello and welcome to all my Flosstube neighbors. I'm Chris and there's some mustache hair going right up my nose. There weren't any giveaways from last video because I wanted to do a really big giveaway session on this video, the last video of the year and the big Christmas, kind of the Christmas episode, if you will. And I have 9 giveaways today, 9. All of them are Christmas themed, holiday themed. And rather than using keywords, this week, only, we will be using numbers. It was just the easiest thing to do. I'm not going to do pictures of these as insets. I'm just going to hold them up and we're going to go through them one by one. So if you are interested in any of these, please just in your comment, at the end of a comment, put the numbers of the ones you will like. And that way my random comment picker can find them, and we will announce those at the beginning of next year. But here they are. The first is from Stitch Toolbox. This came out of a mystery box back in 2021. This is called Silver Bells. Silver Bells. And I'm going to go in very closely so that you can see that. Has a little snowman and a great house. Some of you who love to stitch houses, there's your chance. This is number 1. Number 1, Silver Bells. Number 2 is from Colorado Cross Stitcher. This is a small design by Sherry Berger, Winter, A Quiet Serenity. I know that's backwards. I'm so sorry about that, but it says Winter, A Quiet Serenity. Very easy. This would be like a couple of 2 or 3 nights worth of a stitch. This is number 2. Number 2. Number 3 is one of these adorable little kits that used to come with Cross Stitch magazine. This comes, or rather Cross Stitching, I've got my Invisaligns in, can you tell? Cross Stitching magazine. Merry Christmas. With the cute little red birds there. This is number 3. Number 3, the Rockin' Robins card kit. Number 4 is another one from Cross Stitching Magazine. Again, this is a kit and this is a card. This is Joy, and it has the little, what is that? A teddy bear, a little gray teddy bear on it. Look at that too. That's just a piece of a Post-it note. Joy. Number 4 is Joy. Number 5, another kit. I love these kits. I love sending you kits from Cross Stitching Magazine. This is a 3-in-1 stitch kit. This has a package, a beautiful red bird, and a little Christmas cupcake on it. But these are to be little stitched Christmas cards. This is number 5. Number 6, now this has been opened, that's why it's in a Ziploc bag, but they're all here. These are those Christmas mice gift tags. I think I have had this before and used it as a giveaway. The Christmas mice gift tags. This is number 6. And 7, 8, and 9 are beautiful. I saved these for last. These were given to me. I adore them. These are larger projects, and I want to give them away. I want to pass them along to you. Number 7 is a lavender and lace angel. Beautiful. This one is the Angel of Autumn. Number 8 is the Angel of Spring. And number 9 is the Angel of Summer. I don't have the Angel of Winter. And that's one reason why I'm offering them. If I ever stitch those, I'm going to look for them again, and I'm going to find the set. I don't think I will though. Those are big. But anyway, 7, 8, and 9 are those angels. So let's go through those really quickly, just for everybody. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. There's that rogue Post-it. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. And number 9. Thank you for being patient through that. Please be 18 years of age. Be 18 years of age or older. Wow. I need to not do that because there's actually something there now. Please be 18 years of age or older if you want to get a giveaway so I can ask you for your address. Please like the video. Please be a subscriber to my channel because I do check that. And don't use the words giveaways or prizes or anything in your comment. And those will be announced in the first video of 2024. It's time to wave at the neighbors, and this week I am waving and sharing some of our neighbors' work. I love when you send me pictures of things that you have worked on or are working on or have fully finished. And I have 3 wonderful neighbors' work to show you today. One is not finished yet, but it's from Sandy B. And Sandy recently won, you may remember, she recently won the Norman Rockwell Saturday Evening Post Santa Claus cover chart that I used as a giveaway. And she sent me proof that she received it and that she started it. And here it is. And she'll be working on this for a little while, but I love to see it when you've received a giveaway and you've started it or finished it. That really tickles me to death. So thank you for sending that, Sandy. Next, we move on to Sharon Z. Sharon shared this beautiful stocking that she has sewn and stitched. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. And I believe that she has another one of these in the works as well. So I can't wait to see that one. Thank you so much for sending that, Sharon. And finally, we have from our longtime neighbor and a dear, dear lady, Jane P. And Jane sent me several pictures that I'm going to share with you now of all of her cross-stitch Christmas decorations. Look at this. It just one thing after the other, and each cuter than the next. If I am not mistaken, she stitches these. She has finished all of these herself, and they are all over her house. So many cross-stitch Christmas pieces, Christmas decorations. These flat finishes, I love the Prairie Schooler Santas. So good. They're just all so good. So thank you so much, Jane, for sending that and sharing that with me and with all of our neighbors here at XrossStitch. Thank you for all your support. Jane has been with me since the very beginning. So when I say she is a longtime neighbor, she is definitely a longtime neighbor. And a swell pen pal as well. So thank you, Jane, for your many kindnesses. So that is our video for today. I'm not going to get choked up. I'm not going to get choked up. I want to wish each and every one of you the happiest of holidays, no matter how you celebrate, with friends and with family. I cannot tell you how grateful I am for this community and to have been so warmly received after taking a year-long break and then coming back as if no time had passed. So you all have given me the greatest gift that I could receive this Christmas. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love doing this, as you can tell. I love entertaining you, and I love sharing my work and your work as well. I always say that this is a neighborhood and this is a community that we co-create. It's not just me, it is all of us. And every video, every month, every other week, you prove that to me once again. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And here is to a wonderful, peaceful 2024. Until next time, take care and bye-bye.